Now today, Idaho Democrats are participating in a statewide day of protests. This comes in response to the new library bill that went into effect this morning. Local News 8's Seth Ratliff reports from the protests with a breakdown.
Stop radical greed! Let children read! Stop radical greed! Let children read!
Outside the Marshall Public Library in Pocatello, protesters and state Democrats in outrage, as July 1st marks the start of House Bill 710 in Idaho law.
I love books, I love writing, I love educating, I love learning. To take that away from the children, that's evil.
The law is intended to prevent children from obtaining inappropriate material by allowing parents or children to take legal action if libraries don't move the books to a restricted area.
Stand up, fight back!
State Democrats are calling the legislation a thinly veiled book ban.
It's about parental control and parental choice, rather than the state saying, look, we need to make sure that these books are inaccessible to our children.
I'm a parent and a grandparent, and I want to choose what my children read. I don't want somebody else to tell my kids they can't read something. I don't want anyone else to tell my kids that we can't do what we want to do in the library.
However, according to Representative Wendy Horman, in order for a book to be removed, the bill requires the material to pass the Miller test, a primary legal test outlined by the Supreme Court for determining whether a book or other form of expression is obscene.
Back in the day, pornography used to be in the checkout stands in grocery stores, and there were laws passed that said you just need to put it behind the counter. And that's the equivalent of what we're asking here, is that children be protected from materials that are obscene and inappropriate for their age.
Protesters throughout the state are concerned that under the law's vague language, something as simple as same-sex handholding in a young adult novel could be ruled obscene in a lawsuit.
This is for 10-year-olds and up.
Carolyn Harrison, the founder of Idaho Parents Against Bad Books, disagrees.
Take the book, put it in back of the librarian. If the parents want them to read it, then we are not throwing a book out. We're not banning a book. We are just giving the parents the opportunity to know this is not a good book, and it is up to you to make the decision.
The law is written in such a vague way that it allows the prudest person in our community to set the standard for what books are on those shelves. And what that means is somebody else is deciding what your kids and your grandkids can read in that library.
Reporting in Pocatello, I'm Local News 8's Seth Ratliff.
State Democrats have said the new law is a direct call to censor books in Idaho libraries. In the last 5 years, the number of challenged books in American libraries have risen exponentially. In 2020, a total of 156 books were challenged. In 2022, that number rose to 1,269, according to the American Library Association. For a full list of challenged and banned books, you can visit this story on our website at localnews8.com.